Welcome back, Tommy. Thank you for coming down for this interview during lunch break. Understand that you recently came back from England, so what are you doing now?
Right now, I'm on an internship with The Teeth, which is a creative startup agency, so I'm having quite a lot of fun there.
Okay, so what are you doing there?
Mostly copy stuff, but at the same time, lots of concept, lots of contests, lots of big brands from outside of Singapore. I'm working on those stuff now.
What's the difference working with MNC agencies where there is so much different cultures within the agency itself and a local agency?
I would say because it's a much bigger office over there, there's so many different people that you have to answer to, kind of. You have to, the control to your creativity is quite limited, but at the same time it pushes you to go better than the expected stuff. Whereas in a smaller firm, right, you have a lot more control, you have a lot more say in the things you want to present to your client. So I guess that's the biggest difference.
And where are you studying now? Which school? What major?
Bucks Near University. I'm studying creative advertising. I'm going to my third year soon.
So instead of staying in England to find a job or get an internship over there, why do you come back to Singapore?
Mostly because this is kind of still home, and I came back to see family mainly. And over the holidays, I'm the kind of person that don't like to just stop doing something, so I needed something on top of just seeing family. I don't want to sit at home and do nothing. So instead, I try to look for things to do that helps me advance my career.
Having to graduate from med school, how did it help you, especially right now you're doing your degree in England right now?
I studied a 1-year diploma with med school, which gave me lots of graphic skills, and at the same time I was part of awards lab. So with those combined, it really evolved my thinking. When I was in England, I found that I was already a step ahead of all my peers. They were at the level where we are only starting to learn about lateral thinking, where I was going on to how can we present this deck properly to a client with a certain budget, where they are still picking up from that. And I'm actually quite glad that I kind of took on this as an interest, and it kind of advanced into something I could explore instead.
So having work intern in Singapore, and now that you are studying in England, how would you compare these two creative scenes?
They are very different. So in Singapore, we have many regional markets, right? And the kind of things we have to produce have to cater to different markets at the same time. So you have to become very general in all your communication, so that everyone can understand. Whereas in England, they use a lot of it's a much smaller market where they only cater to basically UK, and they also like to use lots of tongue-in-cheek kind of thing. They like to use puns sometimes. They like to use something funny, whereas in Singapore you can't.
Yeah.
Although both scenes are great, it exposes your mind to lots of things. And let's say if I go back to England now, I have that global perspective they like. But when I come back to Singapore, they like that part where I can think so differently and different paths, that kind of thing. So yeah, there's a difference.
Sounds good. You get two different exposure, and at the same time you're integrated.
Yeah.
Okay. Having to understand that you recently actually came back for one of Peter Su's talk, CCO, Saatchi and Saatchi Greater China. How do you find the talk?
I think he kind of, as advertising has been evolving and changing, people get jaded. He kind of brought me back to where it all began. And he said something, the main thing he said that I took away was keep your head high, but your middle finger higher, which I really resonated with.
Do you intend to stay in England after graduation to find a job, or come back and settle down here in Singapore?
Ever since I moved to England, I began traveling a lot. So one of my life priorities is to look what's outside of Singapore. Go explore things I have never done. So I am looking to move to the States maybe. I'm not sure, nothing's confirmed, but I hope to. Yeah. But Singapore's not off limits, obviously.
One last question. Apart from the food, what do you miss most about Singapore?
One thing I can't get in England, but I can in Singapore, is that people tend to be a bit more direct in with the way they do things, the way they handle situations. Whereas in England, they need to be politically correct. I miss that in Singapore. I kind of want to drop the small talk a lot of times and just let's get to work kind of thing. Yeah, that's what I miss most.
All the best in your studies, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.